This morning with revelations that we're paying up to $3 for bottled water sourced from the mains.
There was a time when this was how you quenched a thirst on the run. Nowadays, we're more likely to get our H2O from the supermarket, and we like to think it's better for us than the stuff out of the tap. But is all bottled water fresh from the source?
They're selling us bottled water products in the supermarket that are often only tap water with a little bit of treatment.
While some companies genuinely sell spring water, others admit they're just filling up with water filtered from the mains.
The cost of these can be from $2 to $5, much more than the cost of petrol. Plus, they come in a petrochemical container often that has only got a 35% chance of being recycled.
Australians spend a whopping $600 million a year on bottled water, using more than 15,000 tonnes of plastic, most of which ends up in landfill. So does that bottle of water in your hand really come from a pristine, virgin Scandinavian fjord, or just the local mains? And either way, is bottled water consumer con?
Jon Dee is the founder of the social and environment group Do Something. John, $600 million on bottled water. Do you think people know what they're buying?
Oh, look, I think people think they're getting this gushing water from some glorified mountainous rainforest. But the reality is people are now wising up to the fact that millions of those bottles are nothing more than filtered tap water. And they're feeling ripped off, I think.
Well, they're calling these bottles of tap water organic and ultra pure, natural, all technically correct. They're kind of misleading, isn't it? Is there any regulation in this area?
Food Standards Australia New Zealand sets the minimum standards. Now, bottled water has made some pretty bizarre claims over the year, but when you reach a situation where filtered tap water ends up being called organic and promoted in that way, it is false and misleading, I think, and people would be correct to assume that the authorities would clamp down on that.
You seem like a very nice man, John, and I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I actually buy bottled water for convenience. I don't care if it comes from any waterfall, I don't care where it comes from, mate. I just want to be able to grab it at Coles or wherever I am. How can you help me stop?
Well, shame on you. Look, I think the first thing you can do is you can save a lot of money, because it costs, for about $2.50 for that bottle of water in many cases. Now, for the same $2.50, you can fill up that empty bottle once a day, every day for 5 years and save a fortune in the process. Now,
Who's got the time,
we're doing in our
Who's
homes,
got the time?
Well, look, Do Something have done some research, and it shows that people will actually buy less bottled water if there are more bubblers. So Do Something has joined forces with Street Furniture Australia, and we're running a campaign to get councils, universities and schools to put more water bubblers back on our streets.
Mate, Michelle is a disgrace for buying bottled water because she lives in a city where the tap water tastes great, but in some cities in this country the tap water tastes terrible. I won't name any, Adelaide's one. What do you say to the people in those cities? Can they buy bottled water?
The simple way there is to get yourself a water filter and put that on your tap at home or at work, and you won't just save money, you'll get great tasting water and you'll help the environment too.
Well, great message, John. Thanks for chatting with us tonight.
Thanks for having me.